Okay, I'm delighted to be joined by Chris Jenkins, the lead singer of Shooting Lead Rabbits. So Chris, first of all, how did Shooting Lead Rabbits form?
Well, it was me for a while for the album, and then I just sort of roped people in and poached different people from various different places and formed this. This is actually quite a new lineup. We sort of formed about sort of 3 or 4 gigs ago, and so this is actually quite new. The band was always an amalgamation of various different kind of oddballs from all over the place.
Did you know each other beforehand, or did you recruit from certain...
Some of us, I knew Ego, the bass player, Ego Gomez de Silva, who's the coolest dude in the world. We'd known each other for about 4 years, and we'd always toyed with the idea of doing something, and I was like, well, look, I've done this album, but I never gig it. Do you want to gig it? And he was like, yeah, I'll be up for that. So we kind of just started building a band around the idea that the music was there, and then we just sort of built a band around it. And then he helped me audition for these guys, and it turned out that we kind of knew these people through other people, and it was all kind of still very long-winded. I apologise.
Now, Chris, is it fair to say that some of your lyrics reflect some of your own life experiences?
Yes, they do. I can only write autobiographically. I can't write about... Some people have this wonderful ability to be able to paint scenarios and sing fiction, and that's never been my style. Every single thing that I sing about is 100% something that relates to me directly, because it's the only way that I can do it and feel genuine. So it's all, 100% autobiographical.
How hard was it to show the emotions through the music?
It's not difficult. I think it's something that just happens. I think it's something that I don't set out to show them in the sort of Meatloaf kind of way. I don't set out to show emotion. I think that if you sing something and mean it, then it will look like you mean it, and it will just happen anyway. And that tends to be what happens.
Now, a question that a lot of our followers will want answering: why the name Shooting Lead Rabbits?
Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, the short version is that there wasn't anyone else in the world called Shooting Lead Rabbits, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who have come up with band names, and coming up with band names is a very hard thing to do, and coming up with something that no one's come up with is impossible. But actually the story is, and I'll do this very, very quickly, in the Wealden Downland Outdoor Museum, there is lots of buildings that they're hundreds of years old, and in one of the sheds there's ironmongery, all right, and so you've got masonry on one side and ironmongery on the other, and under a whole area about thatched roofing was written on the wall Shooting Lead Rabbits, and apparently it's a technique in thatched roofing that's like 500 years old or something like that, and I loved that. I thought it sounded cool, and so I thought, band name.
Thank you, Chris. What aspirations do you have for Shooting Lead Rabbits?
Yeah, they change daily, I think. Sometimes, because it's always quite we're not die-hard, go-get-'em kind of... we're not this kind of band that's going to go and steal fame and fight and fight and fight. We're just a group of musicians that like making music, and so we do it, and sometimes we do and sometimes we don't, and it has been a very on-off kind of affair. But the future is that we're going to keep doing what we're doing and keep enjoying it, and as long as we do enjoy doing it, I have my thumb in lots of different pies, so I'll never stop writing. But as far as Shooting Lead Rabbits is concerned, it'll be what it is, and I hope that it will be something that people kind of are drawn to. I think it deserves to be.
Now, a guitar string broke not once but twice. How did you recover, and has this happened to you before?
It has happened to me before. I suffer from string breakage. I do it a lot. I think it's a nerves thing. I don't know what it is really. I mean, usually I break strings. They always pop at the bridge. I always try and file it down. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But actually the first time wasn't so bad. I was able to do what I actually normally do, which is fix it. And I can usually fix it by the end of the song. And on a good day, I can fix it, tune it, and carry on the song, and that's cool. But I wasn't quite able to do that. And then when the second one went, I just let it go. It was fine. I didn't need to. Actually, what happened was I was going to go and fix it again, but I dropped it inside the guitar, so it was game over at that point. There's no way I could get it out again. So I didn't.
Finally, Chris, how can fans follow your progress, such as social networking and websites?
Yeah, well, I went on a mad rampage of social networking a long time ago, and we're on, I think, every outlet, from iTunes to Last.fm. We have a website, shootingleadrabbits.com. We've got obviously Facebook and all of the others, MySpace, which hasn't been touched for years, because it's kind of dead, isn't it? But that's cool. I think we're on everything. Reverb Nation, I think we've even got one on there. So we are there. And the wonderful thing about Shooting Lead Rabbits is because it's such an odd name, if you Google Shooting Lead Rabbits, you get 8 pages of us, which is cool. And it's like press and stuff. The old lineup, you get a lot of videos from when it was me and 2 girls, and that was it. And other things that have just gone over time. I mean, it's been a cool journey, actually. We were signed 2 years ago, so there's 2 years of Shooting Lead Rabbits up there. But in its current incarnation, it still feels very new, so it's quite exciting. But we are on everything. If you Google us, it's just there, including torrents and all sorts of crazy stuff, which is cool.
Okay, Chris, on behalf of YouTube, I say thank you very much and the best of luck. Thank you very much.